Okay, so I'm sitting here trying to finish up this Dalton, and I'm saying to myself, why don't I just film this? So I'm gonna film it and then post it because these videos are posting really fast on this incredibly fast Wi-Fi. I don't know what it is. I gotta get some. I gotta get it when I go back to Vermont somehow. It's a funny thing. I get good phone reception in Vermont, better than here as far as phone. But the Wi-Fi, I don't know. Not good. So I'm doing the serrations on this Dalton to making it look like a resharpened Dalton. This is Georgetown flint of a medium grade quality. So hopefully I don't mess it up, because sometimes it's hard to flake it in some spots. So when it's difficult to flake, you need to put more pressure on it to get it to flake, and that's what can cause these little serrations to disappear. You just blow them away. Luckily, the flakes travel fairly well when I do the pop outs. And I was sitting there this morning looking at the results of the videos that I posted. See how they're doing. Lots of viewers. Some videos do extremely well and some I'm trying to figure out what's causing the differences. I think YouTube might be doing some sort of promotional things with some of my videos, as part of a new strategy or something, because they're, I guess, trying to attract more people, obviously, to the platform to get money from the ads. I haven't monetized my channel. I have not. And yet ads do show up. But I think it's pretty typical now that if you start watching YouTube, you're going to get ads because you just signed on to YouTube. It's not because of the channel that you're watching necessarily. It's just because you're tuning into YouTube, you're going to get an ad. But after a few ads, you click around and you get one of my videos again, you're not going to see an ad. Right? You don't always see ads on my videos. If you're always seeing ads on my videos, please let me know, because I have not monetized my channel. I don't like seeing ads in front of videos, or during the video especially. So I've never monetized. I am making some money from my channel now with the auctions, but that's it. I haven't partnered with YouTube or promoted anything through their promotion plans, if they have any. Alrighty. So I'm sitting here, beautiful day, napping on the back porch. What could be better than that, right? I know it's better than that. Put it on video. That way I can talk about silly stuff and stupid stuff. Do I only get silly and stupid when I'm tired and bored or frustrated? Nope. Not only when that happens. I can talk about silly, stupid stuff all day. Oh yes. I usually tone it down for the video. None of you know how silly I am in real life. Nobody knows. Except my poor family that has to put up with me. Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't be working on the tip because it was okay. Now I've got little step fractures in it. Anyway. Alright, let's do the other side. Let us do the other side. Okay.
Every time I think of something, I go outside.
Yep, I'm videoing. Yep, people can make cameo appearances on my video without even knowing. Alright. Let's see. I had to interrupt our conversation though, talking with my sister earlier. As I say, I got to do videos. I got to do more than just the auction videos. The auction videos are not informative or not really part of the channel. I don't even number them because I don't consider them official content. Right? Right. Oh yeah, and I watched a couple Ren and Stimpy videos. People think I sound like Stimpy or Ren or whatever. I think it's Ren, the Chihuahua. I can't make that voice because it has a little bit of a Mexican accent. I suppose I could try, but it's hard to do both the weird voice and whatever. But I could try. I used to watch that with my kids. Yep. I never really liked Rick and Morty. They watched that a lot. Let's see, yeah. I could talk about the differences in cartoons between what they grew up with and what I grew up with. That's a huge difference. It's a world of difference. Today's cartoons are intentionally cringy. Although, you know, the comedy that is embarrassing for the audience is that's pretty common in all time periods. But I never liked that kind of situational comedy where it was embarrassing for the people on the show and for the audience. You know, you'd be squirming in your seat because they're in such an embarrassing situation, and they make it funny, make it into a funny situation. I never really liked that type of humor. I'm not saying Rick and Morty is that, but I'm just bringing up different topics all at random. I'm just not used to seeing crude cartoons. Growing up, the cartoons I watched were not crude. Golly, I always tend to do this because I'm trying to look over the camera. I had to push my hand upward and look over the camera, but my natural position is down here, and I don't want to shift the camera downward like this because then the picture flips, the video flips, and I can't lock it into a horizontal. I've tried locking the video into a horizontal so that no matter where I put the phone it won't flip, but it won't lock in horizontal. It locks in vertical unless I'm doing something wrong every single time. I can't get it to lock in the horizontal. Anyway, just random autistic things because I'm on the spectrum for sure. I'm on this autism spectrum somewhere. Some things that are very obvious escape me, but then I also linger and think about and brood over and analyze other things to a great extent. And I'm happiest when I'm sitting here chipping away or doing some kind of intricate work, like a very detailed drawing. I'm happiest when I'm in the zone, just chipping away or sanding or carving. I don't do much carving. Mainly the only things I carve are arrow shafts. I do some of them by hand, the Native American style arrows have knocks that are carved into the wood. They have barreled shafts, so I'll carve those to get the taper into the top and bottom part of the shaft. That sort of thing. When I'm or straightening the arrow shafts, that gets me in the zone too. That's when I'm happiest, when I'm in the zone. I don't like carnivals or places that have a lot of activity going on all around me. I don't like all that stimulus. Although some people live and thrive in an environment where it's all just things happening all around them. They like that. That's the opposite. Although I can sit there, I've been in that situation so often that I know how to sit there and tolerate it. But yeah, I guess I'm kind of boring in that way. I don't want to be somewhere where all the action is, you know. This is cool, out here on the porch, chipping away, listening to the differences in the bird calls and what I've been hearing in Vermont. Those little sparrows are here also, so I hear the chirping of the sparrows. That's the same. Those English sparrows, I guess you call them. European sparrow, or I don't know what they call. They were brought over from the old world. They're not indigenous to the US. They're everywhere now. Highly aggressive, very active little birds. You can hear them right now probably in the background. There's a little group of them back there. My stepmom has a bird feeder in Vermont right outside her house. So we get a ton of birds, and we have a Cooper's hawk that comes around. And no, I didn't just recently get into bird watching or anything. I've always been interested in listening to the birds as opposed to the screaming children. There's a screaming child neighbor, probably playing with the hose again. And guess what his name is. That little screaming neighbor, his name is Jack. Or they call him Jack. Yep. Jack's not my real name or my nickname or my middle name. The name of the channel is just arbitrary. Yeah, what's up with that, man? You get a false name. What's the matter? You an ex-convict or what? Yeah, some people are funny about that. They think that I have a false name on my channel because I got something to hide or something's not right, or I'm a psycho. It's because of security reasons, right? YouTube used to require that you use a different name than your email or your real name because they didn't have security measures in place to protect your identity. So yeah, it's YouTube's fault. I could have changed it back to my real name, Patrick Blank, but I didn't because I already had followers. On forums. I had followers on forums because that's what my forum name, the original channel name, this channel had the original, or the name was Allergic Hobbit. Another arbitrary name. That's what it started out as. Back in the day, and you guys that have been with me since those days, it's really fun to see you guys comment every year. It's awesome. Anyway, people used to raise their eyebrows at that name. What the heck does that mean? I mean, Flintknapping is supposed to be serious, especially if you're going to be doing natural material napping on your channel. Can't be silly about it. It's serious stuff. That's what they would think, and they would look at me like, what's wrong with you? That's weird. So yeah, I kind of gave in to that pressure. I know. Not very independent-minded of me, yielding to peer pressure. Why should I care? Well, I didn't want to do the videos for nothing, you know, do the videos and then no one watch. That's like doing it, you know, kind of a waste of time. Especially when you have kids, you know, you start thinking, you know, if no one's going to watch my videos, I'm sitting here doing them when my kids are struggling with homework or they're struggling with something. That wouldn't be fair or good or considerate or conscientious. So I had to make sure that what I was doing was worthwhile, and if they were so inclined, my children can watch the videos, which they did sometimes, but it's not like something that they're into. But at least it was helping somebody, and I wanted to make sure I was paying attention to what was needed. One of the things was, yeah, make the channel a little more serious, or the name anyway. So yeah, just switch it over. I have reinstated my Allergic Hobbit name, so I do have a channel called Allergic Hobbit, and just to spite people, I made that my Natural Tools channel. So there. Yeah, serious business, those natural tools. But on my Allergic Hobbit channel that I renamed, or that what did I do? I took the name out of the trash and pasted it onto another channel called Allergic Hobbit. That's all natural tools, if you're interested. But I don't respond to comments on that channel. I haven't looked at the comments on that channel in months. And I apologize if you had commented over there and really want an answer. I apologize to you about not reading the comments on that side. I don't read the comments on that side at all. I should. I have a channel called Patrick Blank too, but that one's all philosophical and instructional. I try to be a false professor, as someone has commented on that channel. I stopped when that last video has comments to the effect that narcissists can't do science. They cannot. They cannot do science. And I haven't been able to get back to that channel because I'm still researching narcissism and mental illness. But yeah, that's about, I've said it all in that statement. A lot of problems with science stem from the inclusion and accommodation of narcissists within the field. Narcissists have a very difficult relationship with reality. Some of them out and out hate reality and they will refuse to accept it. Some will accept it but will not cooperate with it and will create false narratives because they just cannot tolerate the narrative that the truth is producing. They cannot tolerate that narrative, so they come up with a different one. And of course, to come up with a palatable alternate narrative, you've got to be pretty smart. So the smart, the intelligent narcissists are coming up with false narratives. Some of them are very convincing. And instead of keeping that talent over on the religion and politics side of things, they bring it into the world of science. Why? Because science is well respected and people listen to you if they think you're a scientist or scientifically inclined. So unfortunately, the field has been flooded and usurped by narcissists or people who have narcissistic tendencies and authoritarian tendencies. Those go together. Alright, so here we go. I managed to put serrations in this one. This one will be available in the auction. I managed to put serrations in there before time ran out with a little bit to spare. It's got some translucency to it. Medium grade Georgetown. Serrated Dalton. Made another Dalton last night with a chunk of really bad Georgetown. I think I'll offer these together as one item. Alright, so there you go.